Hi, this is Vicki from Learning Home Volunteers, and welcome to our learning session entitled Three is Best. In our session, we're going to explore all things three, and here are some things that involve three: a three-toed sloth, a cupcake, yes, you guessed it, with three candles, a three-sided hazard sign, which is, by the way, a three-sided shape, a triangle. And we're going to make a three-sided food, a triangle sandwich. And of course, we're going to count to the number three, and find things with three on them. It sounds pretty fun, huh? All right, let's get started. Well, as always, we start our session with books, and all these books are about the number three. Our first book is about three pigs. I'm sure you've heard the good story of the Three Little Pigs. Our second book is actually about Goldilocks and the Three Bears. And our last book is about the importance of being three. Now, the first two books are fairy tales, which are told with a slightly differently in different countries. And if you have a particular version you like, why don't you give us a call or a text and let us know? We'd love to feature it in the next time. Okie dokie, we're going to start with activity number one. The three pigs set out into the world, each to build themselves a house. And our first task is actually to build our house. You have 6 bags to build 2 sets if you like. The first pig actually builds a house out of straw, and we provided yellow raffia as a possible material for that. And you know that the wolf easily blows that house down. The second house is actually built of sticks, and we've provided little sticks which can be added to the house. And the wolf had a little problem blowing that house over, but not enough to keep it from that way. And the final house is actually built out of bricks. Well, we don't have bricks to give you, but we do have little red squares for bricks. And I don't want to ruin the story, but, well, the brick house couldn't be blown down. But our houses are all bags. So, what would your learner have to add to the bags to make sure that the second house is harder to blow down than the first house, and the last house can't be blown over at all? You should experiment with them and use their ideas to see what happened. It's so much fun to actually be part of the story. So we've set up a couple pig noses for you to paint and to attach to your faces if you're feeling like being one of the pigs. Myself, I actually enjoyed being the wolf, huffing and puffing and blowing the house down. And we provided a headgear to get into character of being the wolf. Activity number 2, we're going to explore the first 3 letters of the alphabet, and we have 3 sheets for them, 1 for each of the letters. We have a sheet for a sheet for B, and a sheet for C. Each sheet is a little bit different and focuses on recognizing part of the letters and writing the letters. Some help with the visual discrimination, some with tracing, some with upper and lower case matching, and some actually work on the beginning sounds. It helps a lot to help them work through this process if you can find the right shape to describe it. So for like an A, you might say that it's a triangle with legs, or an uppercase B, you could say it has 2 holes in the letter. With the C, you could say maybe it looks like it's going to fall over and roll. I think anything that you can give them to kind of orient themselves to the right letters is really helpful. Well, this is activity number 3, and thanks to our amazing volunteer who caught 640 duck bodies, 640 duck wings, and 640 duck beaks, you have a set of ducks to play with. And I thought what we would do is actually do the great preschool song, which the ducks can use to show what happens when you use these movements. So I thought I'd show you the movements and do the song of the sign. 3 little ducks went out to play over the hill and far away. Mother Duck said, "Quack, quack, quack." But only two little ducks came back. So two little ducks went out to play over the hill and far away. And Mother Duck said, "Quack, quack, quack." But only one little duck came back. One little duck went out to play over the hill and far away. Mother Duck said, "Quack, quack, quack." But none of the three ducks came back. Sad Mother Duck went out to play over the hill and far away. And Mamma Duck said, "Quack, quack, quack." And all three ducks came back. Isn't that fun? I think your kids are going to enjoy it with the movements, and it's one of the songs they'll hear during kindergarten. Well, who knew that scarves could actually teach so much? And our first game with playing with those scarves is a game called High, Low, and Medium. The idea is that the children move the scarf first, just back and forth, and then when you call out low, medium, or high, they move it that way. Let's watch. And he even gets to high. Well, there are other games to play, so let's take a look at one of those. This one is a tossing challenge, and we get a lot of movement happening when we toss scarves. Let's watch. Well, that was super fun. And I think your kids will enjoy it. I bet you'll be able to come up with your own challenges as well. Well, that's it for our time. I think we'll leave it watching Herm clapping. I'll see you next week.